Welcome to Desk Geek. Today I am reviewing the Razer Kraken Pro analog headset. Now, Razer is known for their incredible sponsorship and support of a lot of gamers out there, and they've released a lot of devices that have gained a lot of gamers' attention even well before they became the marketing Goliath that they are. With that said, there's been kind of a string of products that have come out that haven't been so fantastic, or the quality hasn't been what you expect from Razer. Razer was kind of known as that high-end gamer gear, something that you really wanted to save up for in order to purchase and would give you some kind of advantage. Not necessarily you're going to be instantly better at a game than somebody else, but for instance, if you're using one of their mice, their sensitivity and their ability to customize their software, the way that they allow the different buttons to be controlled to create macros and that type of thing was kind of some of the best software out there. Certainly Logitech being one of their main competitors for a long time. And you've got a lot of companies now coming out trying to create some gamer gear. Not that they hadn't always have some type of products, but they're certainly trying to market that cool factor with the green lights or the different colors and things that just kind of look different and seem kind of cool. So Razer has come out with some products like headsets and other things, and you will certainly see them in all the tournaments because Razer's a big sponsor. But the question is, are they really good, especially for the money? Because they're still charging pretty premium prices for their items, but I'm not so sure on the quality. And that's where I kind of stand with Razer's Kraken Pro headset. Right now, you're hearing me through the mic, and I will switch to the Blue Snowball. This is my secondary computer that I stream from. And when I switch to the Snowball, you'll hear the difference. But the mic is kind of muffled, maybe a little tinny. It doesn't have a very strong voice, and certainly not something that you could use for streaming. Now, as far as if you're in a first person shooter or something along those lines, and you're just wanting to be able to quickly communicate that, hey, I'm over here, or, throw a grenade in this direction, I think this headset obviously fits that bill. But again, so does a $30 Saken 5.1 headset with mic built in, kind of has the same quality sound. So I expected more from the mic than I got. As far as the build quality, you can see here, they're touting a frequency response of 20 to 20,000 hertz, impedance of 32 ohms, which I've talked about in some other videos. So your sound card on your computer should be able to drive it. Certainly, if you have higher end sound card, it may be able to drive those speakers even better. But I can tell you, after hooking this up to an amp that can certainly push far past the 32 ohm spectrum and listening to music on these, I was very unimpressed. The These remind me of the best comparison I can give you is Beats by Dre headset. The bass is extremely powerful. The lows are all the way there and then some, and perhaps that's part of their 40 millimeter magnet drivers that they have in there. But when it comes to mids and highs, it leaves a lot to be desired. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. These are not headphones I would listen to music on. The music, like I said, is equivalent to that kind of drowned out bass. I was very upset really listening to it and surprised that they would be as off sounding as they were. I would have expected the mids and highs to be a big focal point. Certainly, there are explosions and things where you want some bass, but that can get really exhausting in a long gaming session. So I'm surprised they went that route with them. Now, these aren't music headsets, they're gaming headset, but certainly somebody's going to use these for music as well, especially if you drop the original asking price of $80 for them. You'd expect to get some good sound out of them. And if you listen to dubstep all day long, then maybe these will work for you if you just want the bass. I like dubstep. I listen to all kinds of other music too, and I want that well-rounded feel, and these certainly don't provide that in any shape or form. As far as the gaming and game, they're okay. Like I said, if you go look on Amazon, there's something called a Sadie's 5.1 headset, which I've actually owned, which you can pick up for generally $20, $30. And I would say their sound is actually better than these Razers here. Build quality wise, they look like they're premium, but when you feel them, you'll notice right away there's plastic. So I'm going to switch to the Snowball now so that you can kind of hear the difference between another mic. And the Snowball's not an expensive mic by any means, but now you can kind of just see the difference and let you hear that. And I will show you some of the build. Although because these are green, these are the neon green ones, they're going to kind of show as black, which is why I have the pictures up here so you can kind of see what they're going to look like. And they look like this. They're pretty good, but this is all very, very plasticky, and kind of a cheap plastic too. So I'd imagine there's some fracturing and things like that. But let me switch to the Snowball and I'll be right back. Okay, so hopefully it's switched over to the Snowball and I can take these off and you can still hear me. But what we have here, if you can see, and again, this is, you've got the nice Razer branding, and it's hard to see because my green screen kind of takes out the green on this, and you can see it here though. This is kind of the green color that it is. This is all this around here, the swivels and everything inside are all plastic. So there's definitely a lot of room for breakage here, and there are a lot of pieces. There's, for instance, 3 pieces within this side here of plastic, so it's very thin, each piece kind of glued together or probably put together with some type of rivets. There's no metal screws or anything anywhere. In fact, one of the plastic pieces that hold this corner in, which you won't be able to see, but these corners on the end, it's actually popping out, one of the rivets there. So the cushions on the headset are very premium. As you can see, they're very, 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 very soft. And you would think that would give you a lot of comfort while you're gaming. And the comfort's there, they're good, but again, no more comfortable than a $30 headset. But they did at least put some quality there, and they wrapped the plastic or whatever they're using as the, and it looks like it's all plastic, there's no metal or anything that they're using for the extender. I don't know if the bow inside is plastic or if it's metal. If it is metal or plastic, it's very, very thin, but they did wrap it in a quality kind of pleather outside here, and you have the cloth on the inside. The leather definitely makes your ears sweat. Of course, the cloth, is going to absorb that sweat if they used cloth instead of the kind of pleather material here. So there's always kind of a plus and minus depending on what material you use. The sweating did occur to me within about 30 minutes. It started to kind of get uncomfortable. The noise cancellation, there's not noise cancellation built in, but as far as the noise that leaks out of these is what you would expect for most headsets. There's nothing they're doing to compensate that or remove it, so you will hear some outside noise outside the headphones, but it does create a nice suction and cushion around your ears. And I don't have big ears, but they certainly kind of pushed on the top of my ear, so there was a little discomfort there as well. You've got, the only thing metal I think on this whole thing is the wire frame that surrounds the speakers here, and of course you have the nice Razer logo. So overall, when you look at the mic and you look at these headsets, or the mic quality and the actual sound quality out of this headset, I would probably give it a 4 out of 10. So not very good, because like I said, you can get a very cheap pair of gaming headset online that will give you just as good a sound, if not better. And the microphone is just kind of usable, but that's about where it stops. The build quality of these, I would probably give a 3 out of 10, even less, just because of the fact there's so much plastic here. There's really not much premium. It's kind of that fake premium feel. Maybe when you buy, I don't know, a lower end car and they kind of want to make it look like a higher end car, so they kind of wrap a couple things in pleather or something, but it's still, you can tell it's cheap and it's not well done. And that's what I feel about these headphones. This is a classic case of a company simply trying to sell their brand. I actually got these on a warehouse deal for about 40 bucks. I would not keep these normally. If I had paid $80 for them, they would be gone. I'd be selling them immediately. I really expect more from Razer, especially when they're touting that this is the pro gamer's headset, and of course you'll see in their advertising that all the gamer marathons, the most used headphone for gaming events and things, and of course that is because they sponsor them, so that's why people will use it.
but otherwise I would not. Audio Technicas or something along those lines and an external mic are going to give you much more run for your money. In fact, if you're looking for a budget headset, then I would check out those Sades, S-A-D-E-S 5.1 gaming headset, and they will deliver just as much as these. You do not need this type of brand, and these would be terrible for streaming because the audio quality, as you can see, was pretty poor. So in any case, not a good run from Razer on this. I hope that they go back to their premium lineup and stay away from kind of this cheap stuff that they're selling just off of their brand. Let me know if you've had a different experience or if there's a different pair of Razer headset that I should check out. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you next time.